Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for January 5th, 2018. For your Friday, we are going to look nothing like this. This was actually heading back to what it looked like yesterday afternoon, and we had this very powerful coastal storm move, thankfully, pretty quickly with no blocking. I know people were looking for blocking for a big storm. We got it anyway. This is a really wrapped-up storm, and right along the coastal communities here in New Jersey, got really smacked hard with several areas from Cape May Courthouse coming in with 17 inches all the way up to other reports of 16 or greater in both Ocean County and Monmouth County. So we have some all the way up the coast here, and actually Atlantic County also. All the way up the coast of New Jersey with some very high totals, very impressive totals with this system. This was another 50 to 75 miles to the west here. This would have been a snowstorm for an area, like a huge snowstorm area wide, where we had that 12 to 18 plus also. But it was not to be. This was further east, but we did get the snows all the way onto the western fringe. I was very proud of my team. I always want to give them accolades when we have a snow map that verifies. It's very rare when you have such a large coverage area, which for us is the eastern 2/3 of Pennsylvania, all of New Jersey, all of Delaware, and the northern and northeastern portions of Maryland here. Okay, and over 90% of the map, and actually pretty close to 100 verified with our calls. So very good job by my team. So do want to give them a shout out because they are behind the scenes helping me out with a lot of things. I create the maps based on a lot of what their input is. So very good job of my team with that storm. This system is going to move up. This is looking at yesterday, so we move this forward. This is what we're looking at this morning. This system is off the map. All the way up here into southeastern Canada, so it's way up there. You can see these isobars are very close together here. That is the wind that is going to be in its wake. Okay, and if you look over at this shot that we had this evening, that was up near the Cape, and this thing is a monster, just wrapping up here. It's at sub 960 millibars, so this is a very strong storm, mimicking a hurricane in some regards, but of course the central core is different. It's not a tropical system, but it's behaving very similar. Very strong wind gusts, especially near the coastal regions, and we're getting some of that too. You see that feed coming in here, just like this. You get some very strong winds. That's expected to continue, even though this is going to be way up in southeastern Canada today. So we're not looking at anything with that as far as winds are concerned with that. There's impressive winds up there, but we are going to get winds 15 to 25, gusts of 40 that are going to be around today, tonight, and again Saturday. Okay, so it's going to be very windy, very cold, extremely cold, and that's going to lead to wind chills that are dangerously cold. Here's a look at wind chills this morning in the negative teens in many locations, and then we look to Saturday. Does it get any better? No. Same thing. Negative teens, some negative 20s up here in the Poconos, and then we get to Sunday. That's got to be better, right? How about no? All right, we got some negative 20s over here in the eastern sections here. Make it a little bit of burst of warmth out ahead of here, if you want to call it that, where it's only minus 10 here. I mean, come on, this is brutal. I do think it's gonna finally get better once we get to Sunday. It's still not gonna be too warm Sunday, but a lot warmer it will be the next 2 days, with temperatures stuck in the single digits and lower teens for highs in many locations. That's the air temperature. Wind chill is going to be much lower, as we're showing you right here. So very dangerous conditions. Please do bundle up and be safe. As we go through this time period now, we're going to get partly cloudy skies today, and then we're going to have mostly sunny skies here on Saturday and again on Sunday. Again, it's going to be windy straight through Saturday and very cold. Start to moderate temperatures slightly, I guess you want to call it that. It's going to get up to near 20, I guess, on Sunday, which is warmer than the last 2 days. Friday and Saturday will be much colder than that, of course. And then we're going to still be under high pressure control. And then we get into Monday. Another interesting little system is going to come eastward, and this is going to bring a little bit of light snow that might go over to a wintry mix for at least our interior counties northwest of I-95. We're going to keep a close eye on this. This is going to be a track-dependent type thing. But here is Monday morning. You see the precipitation start moving in. Here is a look at the afternoon. Now, again, you have in the interior, this is probably north of I-78, you're probably doing just a light snow event, maybe like an inch or 2 or 3. Not a real big deal, okay? And we'll see if this trend's stronger. Trends are right now to keep this relatively weak, thankfully, because we have this light snow and sleet that's going to move in, and then you're going to have a little bit of freezing rain right in the middle here. This is going to be right along I-78, it looks like, or that's where it's looking like it's going to be right now. This is subject to change. This is looking at several days in the future here, 4 days or so, so this is obviously going to change, but this is your freezing rain area that goes right into northern New Jersey, 78 straight up through northern New Jersey, and also 287 in Jersey. Those areas are going to be watching for some freezing rain possibility. So again, tracks shifts and things like that will make this a little different story. Even areas south of this 32-degree line, the 35-degree line gets all pretty far south. Well, a couple things with that. First of all, you have a lot of snow in these areas that fell from that storm. The ground is rock hard, solid, and it is frozen pretty deep. So even if you have temperatures 33, 34, 35, you could still get freezing rain because the ground's so cold. It's going to freeze on contact because the ground is colder actually than the air temperature above it. And that's all you need. So we're going to watch this closely. I don't think it's just going to be held to those areas. It might be a little bit further south. We'll have to watch it all the way down to I-95 maybe. Maybe beyond that. We'll see. This is an evolving storm. Not a big storm. Again, this is just light. These are just light amounts here. All right, but it doesn't take much when you're dealing with ice to cause problems. So we will revisit this in the coming days and take a look at it. And then as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we will stay near average. Okay, somewhat near average, maybe slightly below by the time we get to Wednesday. And then might moderate again by the time we get to Thursday. But we do look dry in that during that period. Might be dealing with something toward the end of the week, and that's going to be out here to our west. We'll deal with that when we get here. But it might be a little bit too warm for that one. We'll check into that. There's a couple different shots coming up of least precipitation, which is going to be marginal temperatures to deal with, and you have these, rain, snow, ice, mixed lines, and all that stuff to deal with. The fun stuff. That's what we're going to be dealing with over the next week to 10 days, it looks like. I'm Eastern PA with a 30 meteorologist, Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for January 5th, 2018. Have a great Friday.